Here are the top 6 meta weapons for Splitgate 2 Ranked Arena. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Honorable mentions go out to the Synapse and Trailblazer with grip and rapid fire, as they are excellent all-around assault rifles. However, they don't dominate at any specific range, while the weapons higher on the list are going to have faster kill times at their ideal ranges. Number 6 is going to be the Sprinter SMG in the Arrows faction. In my opinion, the Arrows faction has the weakest weapon lineup in the game. However, they make up for it with their superior movement. For the Sprinter, I'm going to use grip and rapid fire for good recoil control and the fastest time to kill, and I'm going to have the punch as the secondary with barrel extension. This is a great combination. You can actually start with the punch, shoot them once, swap to the Sprinter, finish them off that way, or you could just make them low with the Sprinter, swap to the punch, and one-shot them that way as well. For the equipment, I'm going to recommend the shock disc. I know they nerfed it, but I still think it's pretty much a free kill anytime you hit somebody with it. If you don't like the shock disc, I would recommend the stem shot if you change your perk to gear upgrade. It's super good this way. You get your health back almost instantaneously. It's way better. I would recommend doing that if you don't like the shock disc. For perk 1, I'm going to use Speedy Slayer for the increased movement speed to help me get out of sticky situations after getting a kill. And for perk 2, I'm going to use Slide, as I think is the best movement perk in the entire game, and I think you're going to be needing this if you're going to be running the Arrows faction. Moving to loadout number 5, sticking with the Arrows faction, is going to be the Tempo Assault Rifle with grip and rapid fire, with the punch again as the secondary with barrel extension. For the Arrows faction, you're going to be moving around a lot. You kind of want that do-it-all AR. You can get kills mid-range, you can throw your shock disc and clean up kills close range, and you can tag people at long range as well. For the equipment, I am going to go with the shock disc. As I just mentioned, it's going to help you get those close range kills. For perk 1, I am going to go with Speedy Slayer again to kind of bail out of engagements after you get your first pick. And for perk 2, we are going to go with Slide for that extra movement. For loadout number 4, we're switching to the Sabras faction to take advantage of their long-range carbine, the Warden. This is consistently the best long-range weapon in the entire game. It's a 3-shot body shot and a 2-shot headshot. For the Warden, I run extended mags and rapid fire for the better time to kill. The extended mag almost doubles its clip from 10 bullets to 18. I also run the Goliath as a secondary with barrel extension, as I think it's the best secondary in the entire game. For the equipment, I like to use the sticky grenade for the extra damage. I use this when I get into a close range engagement, or I even throw it on the hot zone from afar. For perk 1, I run ammo now. I think the Warden reloads very slowly. I don't think there are a lot of good perk 1s for the Sabras faction. You can run killer equipment or overclock to get your sticky grenade back faster, but I do prefer ammo now. For perk 2, I do use better smart wall to give the smart wall extra health. However, I do understand if you wanted to use rapid deployment for your perk 2 to get your smart wall up more often. Moving on to the Meridian faction for loadout number 3, we're going to have the Quantum Burst Rifle. The Quantum just narrowly edged out the Warden for the number 3 spot. In my opinion, I think the Warden is the better long-range weapon. However, the Quantum is a little bit better at those close to medium range engagements. For the Quantum, I'm going to use Bullet Burst and Grip. I found that the Bullet Burst does improve the time to kill quite significantly, and the Grip makes this an absolute laser. You might notice that this is the only weapon on the list where I don't use rapid fire. I just found that it didn't really improve the time to kill all that much for me. If you haven't tried this setup, try it out. For the secondary, I use the Coil with barrel extension, as I think this is a great weapon to finish off kills when you get them low or if you run out of ammo with the Quantum. However, the Tetra is a good option if you don't like the charge up time for the Coil. For my equipment, I use the Time Dome. I think this is the best equipment in the entire game. Anytime I get into a short to medium range engagement with the Quantum, I'm going to throw this down to give me an advantage. However, there is going to be one exception to that, and that is when I'm playing hot zone and my team is planning to crowd the objective. I will switch to the regen cloud sometimes and throw that down instead of the Time Dome. For perk 1, I'm going to run Power Cycle to keep my Time Dome up as often as possible. And then for perk 2, I'm going to use Unblinking to keep my Hyper Sight up as often as possible as well. Switching back to the Sabras faction for loadout number 2, it's going to be the Rattler SMG. SMGs feel incredibly strong right now, especially with how easy it is to portal around the map and force close range engagements. For the Rattler, I'm going to use extended mags and rapid fire. Rapid fire is going to make it ramp up even faster, and extended mags is there because you are going to burn through ammo. Again, for the secondary, we're going to have the Goliath with barrel extension. For my equipment, unlike the Warden class, I'm going to use the Sandstorm Grenade. Since you'll likely be playing a lot closer to the objective, in a game mode like Firecracker, you can take the Firecracker and go to a bomb site, and it's very helpful to throw down a Sandstorm Grenade while you're trying to plant. Also in hot zone, it can be very helpful to break a point. The only time I'd probably switch to the equipment is if I'm playing split ball. I would switch to the sticky grenade. For perk 1, again, I am going to run ammo now, as you're going to be reloading the Rattler a ton and it reloads really slow. And for perk 2, yet again, I am going to be running a better smart wall for the extra shield health. Moving back to the Meridian faction for the number 1 loadout in Splitgate 2 for Ranked Arena, we are going to have the Phasma SMG. This class is so strong that it's actually banned in private scrims right now. If they do allow this in Ranked Arena without a nerf, this is going to be the best class to run. For the Phasma, I do run it with extended mags and rapid fire for the faster time to kill, and extended mags because I feel like I burn through ammo. If you don't have that problem, you can run this with barrel extension or grip, depending what you want. For my secondary, I am going to run the Coil with barrel extension to finish up kills when I do run out of ammo with the Phasma. If you don't like the charge up time with the coil though, I would recommend the Tetra with barrel extension as a good alternative. For the equipment, I am going to run the time dome, and anytime I get into engagement, if I have the time dome up, I am throwing it down. Again, the only time I would change this is if I'm playing hot zone. Sometimes I will run the regen cloud if my team is planning to crowd the objective. For perk 1, I am going to run power cycle to get as many time domes out as possible. And lastly, for perk 2, we are going to have unblinking to get as many hyper sights out as possible. Thanks for watching, and follow for more Splitgate 2 content.